Hey guys, I'm Adam.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Two Neighbors. Ryan?
Yeah.
What do we got going on today?
Alright guys, so today we are going to do the Canadian take on 10 incredible things you did not know about Canada.
Aboot.
10 things you didn't know about Canada,
Aboot
pardon
Canada.
me.
Sorry.
Is that the actual title?
Yeah,
it is too.
it is.
Oh, you bastard. Okay,
Yeah.
10 things you didn't know about Canada.
Now I'm sure we're gonna know a few of them. Obviously, we've done a video similar to this one before, but someone sent it in to us. I don't have the name for it. Sorry, but it's always good to see how we're rated.
Yeah, so let's see how many, being Canadian, let's see how many of these things that we know. And then you guys leave a comment down below. Let us know how many of these you guys knew about Canada.
Okay,
and we'll compare notes.
Poutine.
Yeah.
Landmass. Fresh water.
Yeah.
Saying sorry a lot.
There's so many.
Anyways, lots of things. But before we begin, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Two Neighbors. It takes 2 seconds, and turn on that bell for notifications because we post content every single day. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, okanaswag.com. Punch in Two Neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag. Now shipping to Canada and the US. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's see what we don't know about Canada.
Aboot.
Canada isn't all just maple syrup and poutine.
Mostly is.
Those things are awesome.
We'll give you that.
Here are 10 incredible things you didn't know about Canada.
All right.
Number 10 is Canada's size.
There you
From
go.
Pelly Island, Ontario, all the way up to Alert Nunavut, Canada is a massive country spanning nearly 9.99 million square kilometers and surrounded by 3 oceans, the Pacific, Atlantic, and Arctic. It's the largest country in the Western Hemisphere and the second largest country on Earth behind Russia. But these official figures only account for the land and freshwater areas of Canada. They don't include the seawater inside the country between its lands or ocean territory around
There
it,
you go.
which make up another 1.8 million square kilometers. Canada's 10 provinces are quite sizable too, with Quebec, the largest, being 2.7 times the size of the entire country of France and over 6 times the size of the UK. And it's a good thing that Canadians and Americans get along so well.
Careful.
Because we share the world's biggest undefended border, which spans 8,800.
There's our border wall, by the way.
Yeah, you can literally
Canada
cross
is
it. You can
certainly
walk
a behemoth
across.
of a country.
Yeah.
Number
Our
9
border wall
are
is just a
natural
path.
wonders. When it comes to Mother
Natural
Nature's
wonders.
dealings, I think it's fair to say Canada drew the best card. It might shock you to learn that over 20% of the Earth's fresh water supply is in Canada, though that statistic becomes more understandable when you realize that there are nearly 2 million lakes in the country, and fresh water takes up around 9% of the colossal nation's total area. There are more natural lakes in Canada than in all the rest of the world combined. We're pretty lucky that our government recognizes the need to protect the natural beauty too. In fact, there are a number of national parks that are actually larger than several countries. Wood Buffalo National Park, which sits between Alberta and the Northwest Territories, is over 44,800 square kilometers, making it the second largest national park on the planet and bigger than all of the Netherlands or Switzerland. Number 8 is the food.
There we go, poutine.
When picturing the culinary delicacies of Canada, my guess is most of you think of maple syrup and poutine, and rightfully so. But what will probably surprise you is just how important Canada is to the world's access to food. Let's start with maple syrup. What would pancakes or waffles be without it? If you have a bottle of this delicious stickiness in your home, you likely have Canada to thank, as over 80% of the world's supply comes from there, with most of it being produced in the province of Quebec. Canada is also the world's biggest provider of lentils, with nearly 80% of the planet's green lentils grown in the cool climates and rich soils of Saskatchewan. With all of the incredible growing conditions in Canada, wheat has obviously become a huge export for the country and has made the Great White North the 6th biggest supplier of wheat to the rest of the world. Number 7 are things that were invented in Canada.
Lots of
If
things.
any of you living outside the incredible place that is Canada think that Canucks are just a bunch of dumb lumberjacks, think again. Not only did
Dumb
Canada
lumberjack.
receive international recognition for having the 7th best education
Okay,
system
my
in the
axe.
world in December of 2016, but many of the things that you depend on every day were invented in the Great White North. For instance, would it surprise you to learn that peanut butter, egg cartons, and even Macintosh apples were first
Macintosh?
created in
Macintosh?
Canada?
Macintosh.
Stepping out of the kitchen, Canadians are also responsible for the odometer in your car, the ink
I didn't know
used
that.
to make American paper
Did you
money,
know that?
No.
paint rollers, walkie-talkies, and even IMAX movies. But if peanut butter and IMAX aren't world-changing enough for you, consider this. Canadians discovered insulin,
There we
which
go.
has saved
Yep.
millions upon millions of lives and are responsible for the creation of standard time. And that's only naming a few. Number 6 is Canada's population. Though it's the
36
second largest
million,
country,
38 million.
Canada is home to less than 0.5% of the entire world's population, holding the title of the 8th least
It's a good
densely
0.5%
populated
though.
country on the planet, with only 10 people per square mile. There are over 36.6 million people living in the nation, but over 86% of them live in major cities in Ontario, Quebec, British Columbia, and Alberta, according to the 2006 census. There are actually more people living in the state of California in the United States than there are in the entire country of Canada. But despite this, our population is still surging. From 1995 to 2015, Canada gained over 6.5 million people, with an increase in population of around 1% per year.
We're getting
However,
busy.
research has shown that a huge
Cold
portion
winters.
of that increase is from immigrants coming into the country.
Oh,
If we
immigrants,
stop
that
letting
too.
people in, Canada's population would actually start decreasing rapidly. Number 5 is how Canada got its name. Though
Canada.
Canada is a proud and accomplished country, there's a bit of teasing that can be done at our expense.
It is
Not
actually
from
Canada.
constantly saying sorry or a after everything, but from how the country got its name. It's been said that in 1535, when French explorer Jacques Cartier was navigating his second voyage to North America, in an attempt to find the Northwest Passage to China, he spoke with 2 young Iroquois men who called their village Canada. Canada is literally the St. Lawrence Iroquoian word for village or cluster of dwellings. However, Cartier mistook the word to mean the actual name of the native people's entire territory.
We are kinda
and
just a
thus
cluster of
declared that
villages
He
and
found
stuff.
an area called Canada. Though this legend has been debated by historians and pop culturalists, it's widely accepted that Canada is named after a word for village, which accurately makes
With a
it the
K.
biggest small town ever. Number 4 is the UFO Landing Pad.
Oh, we saw that
We
one.
saw that
Canada
in
is
a
well
previous
known as
video,
a country
yeah.
that loves multiculturalism, with visitors being welcomed with open arms from almost anywhere,
Even from
even
space.
outer space. Nestled comfortably between the city of Edmonton, Alberta, and the province of Saskatchewan's western border, the small town of St. Paul boasts one heck of an invitation to extraterrestrial visitors. 50 years ago, on June 3rd, 1967, 2 years before man set foot on the moon, the people of St. Paul revealed their new tourism draw during Canada's centennial
Here's
celebration.
a landing pad.
A 130-ton UFO
Hey, your
landing
UFO is
pad,
not bilingual.
the first
You're gonna have to
official
go.
one on Earth that encouraged aliens to make peaceful contact. The monument was built out of steel and cement and cost just over $11,000, all of which was
Pretty good
donated
deal.
by
Not bad.
local
They didn't get
businesses
hosed.
Hey,
who
you
also
could save
provided
them
the labor
from
to
aliens
construct
being
it.
upset.
But come on, people of Earth, let's be completely honest. Which country would you like having represent your planet? Number 3 is the
Sure.
Apology Act.
The apology
It's a
act.
well-documented fact, known by pretty
In
much
court,
everyone,
right?
that Canadians seem to love saying sorry. Many believe it to be our favorite word, and one in which we use a little too far often. So often, in fact, that the Canadian government actually passed a law protecting citizens from accidentally claiming responsibility for their
In
actions.
court, yeah. You
Simply
say sorry.
because they said it. Before the Apology Act was passed on April 23rd, 2009, simply saying you were sorry could be used by an opposing lawyer to prove that you claim to be the guilty party in a given case. Think about it. Have you ever had
That's
someone
so
bump into
good.
you
Yeah.
and then you said sorry on reflex,
Yeah.
even though it was their fault? This law says that just because you instinctively apologized doesn't mean you've admitted any fault. The word
I didn't
sorry,
mean
at least
sorry.
in Canada,
Sorry.
now
Sorry, I
only
didn't mean
represents
sorry.
sympathy. And if you don't like that for some reason, well, sorry. Number 2 is Santa Claus is Canadian.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, well, sort of. Santa's such a nice man, bringing presents and joy to children worldwide. So would it really come as a surprise to learn that the kind-hearted Santa Claus is actually a citizen of our other Great White North? That's right, Kris Kringle is a Canuck. In an effort to encourage literacy in growing children, current and former Canada Post employees donate over 190,000 hours of their time each year, responding to around 1.5 million letters written to Santa from children around the world. The Postal Service uses the fictional postal code H0H0H0 to identify the letters, and a response is sent back in whatever language the initial letter is written in, including Braille. The Canadian government not only declared that Santa is a citizen, but on December 20th, 2013, they actually gave him a passport so that he can re-enter the country easier on Christmas morning. Trust me, nobody wants to have to go through customs after a trip like that. And number 1 is Canada is the best, almost. It won't come as a big surprise that a Canadian calls his home country the greatest country on the planet, but when several other countries and the UN back up that claim, well, let's just say that some jaws might drop a bit. Canada frequently finds itself at the top, or at very least close to it, in a number of surveys and studies, including one done at the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania, which showed that our home and native land is the second best country in the world, only a few points shy of the top spot. Switzerland. Canada has also been voted as the best travel destination by Lonely Planet, and I can't recommend enough that you visit it. We've been given the top spots in areas like the most polite country, best movie shooting locations, best air quality, funniest people, and frequently scores first place as the country with the highest quality of life. I gotta say, it's an amazing place. Though, of course, I might be a bit biased. And before you guys go, I'm proud to say this video was inspired by Canada's 150th birthday. And to celebrate, I'm working with TELUS's Million Hours movement.
Alright.
Together we're trying to...
Yeah, we got the point. Thank you very much. Cut to commercial.
There's nowhere I'd rather live.
Absolutely
nowhere in the world I'd rather live. Now, if we film one of these in the middle of December, beginning of January,
I might complain a bit. But you know, like I've said this before, like I've lived in Australia and I loved Australia. I had so much fun there, but I really miss the seasons of home, you know, the spring, the fall, the winter, and the summer, and it gives you a sense of time. So I do appreciate the seasons, but yes, when it's in the middle of winter and you're just like, I'm so done with this, like, you're just begging. But like, you know, when it starts getting nice out, everyone's in a good mood.
Were we not just talking about it today?
Absolutely. Like, the weather gets a little bit nicer. Everyone's got a little extra spring in their step, as you would say. So that part's enjoyable. So, you know, if it was always sunny all the time,
you would take it for granted.
You would take it for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it was nice today. We were sitting there and it's like after 5 p.m. and the sun's still up, and I was like, hey, this is great, you know, nice warm weather. So we do appreciate the summer, and that was a cool video. There are a couple things right.
I do like my maple syrup, and now I like my maple Coke. Maple Coke flavor. If you can get access to this, try it. It's really good.
I would bet that that's something that's probably not available in many other countries.
Probably not.
Canada,
probably not. But maybe just like throw some maple syrup in your Coca-Cola, and it might taste just as good. Did you know Canada has like the largest reserve of maple syrup, and there's been like a massive heist of maple syrup before?
Maple syrup is expensive, hard to get.
There's a movie on Netflix that's all about the great Canadian maple syrup heist. Yeah. And these guys stole $5.5 million of maple syrup without anyone knowing. I think
you told me that before. How do you like transport $5.5 million?
They found the place where it's stored, and they basically like replaced the barrels with like filled it up with water, and like a classic heist movie like that, but with maple syrup.
Yeah, you want to piss a Canadian off, let him have water instead of his maple syrup when he gets the bottle. And
yeah, no, I love maple syrup, so guys, thank you very much for joining us. Please check out okanswag.com, punch your 2 neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag, now shipping to Canada and the USA. Ryan, what else should these lovely people do next?
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. When you hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn on that bell for notifications. We post new content every single day. We do not want you to miss it. And when this whole crazy COVID thing is over, visit Canada, guys. There's so many awesome things. I cannot urge it enough, guys.
Or move here.
Or move here. We welcome everyone.
We welcome everyone. Yeah, so that's it for our show today, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.